Okay, you guys, did you see that video that I did yesterday about Angelina Jolie leaving the United States? And I was talking about Mexico, and I said that the cartels in Mexico are serious, and I gave some similarities between Jamaica and Mexico, but I said, but then the cartels in Mexico, they don't play, they do things on another level. Honey, here it is. Like, oh my God. So, Mexico is currently, you have to say, under siege. The cartel have their own army. I've never seen anything like this. Like, I knew the Mexican cartels, they don't play. I know they didn't play. And I know that they are very vicious, very agile. But honey, they have an entire military. And I kid you not, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not making things up. I'm looking at the videos on social media and I'm confused just like everyone else because the cartels are displaying their military, their weaponry, and it's matching the army. You can't tell the cartels. So people are asking, is this the cartel group? And they're making it clear to the journalists that this is the cartel group. This is not the government army. It is crazy. No, what had happened in Mexico. Mexico is turning upside down, different places on fire. I see videos of police, the army versus the cartel. When I tell you, how the heck does that happen in a country? I can't even wrap my mind around it. And now I'm learning that the cartels have long seized and gained control of certain areas. And I'm like, all of this was going on in Mexico all this time. I had no idea. I kid you not. I knew that they don't play, and I'm aware of a lot of the things that goes on there. But this, I know that they have I call it one of the most artistic cemetery I've ever seen. The cartel cemetery that is in Mexico. It is something out of this world. The graves are not graves, they're mansions, and they're just over the top. So I know some of it, but seeing the army, the cartel as an army, what? No. What is causing all of this? So you have this famous Mexican cartel. His name is Nemesis Ruben Airaa Cervantes, better known as El Mencho, the leader of the powerful Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG. He was one of the most wanted fugitive. He was wanted both in the United States and Mexico, right? No, the Mexican army, they carried out a military operation on February 22nd in the western state of Jalisco. Report says that he was wounded in Tapalpa, Jalisco, and later died during the capture attempt. So when his men heard that he died, they started going off. They started setting things ablaze, attacking the army, attacking the police force. You can't tell who is who because they are prepared for war. How did they buy all of those equipments, get them into the country? That is so puzzling to me, right? No. The reports are saying that his death triggered violent retaliation across several states. Vehicles were being burned, blockades were being set up, and clashes broke out as the gang, which is the CJNG members, reacted to the loss of their leaders. Civilians and even tourists in nearby areas were told to shelter in place. I saw that there were some tourists in hotels and they were on the balcony. They were on many of them got into the infinity pool so they could look down, but the police started warning them to take cover, take shelter. Then I saw another video on TikTok where the people in the airport, they had to be taking shelter. They had to be running for cover. It's a full-on scale war going on. No. Why it matters. Mencho's death creates power vacuum inside. The CJNG, which is the gang, which is one of Mexico's most dominant cartels, analysts warn this could spark internal struggles and turf war with rival groups, potentially escalating into broader violence across the country, because you know that one cartel is gone, someone is going to want to take leadership, and there's that the powerful man that many of the other gangs feared, the leader who would give out the orders, there's going to be a new clash, a new internal clash for boundaries, for control of territories and that. So his team is now fighting the government, and they have declared war against the Mexican government and the U.S. government. And so they have that war coming, but they're going to also have internal wars against other gangs, because there's now going to be claims for territory, new boundaries and all of that, because this is how the cartel groups work. You have your boundary over there, you have your boundary over here. But now that a leader has died, another leader is going to want to extend over into his territory, and that is going to cause another set of internal war. But this group that I see, can anyone else go up against them with what, like you're telling me that's all the cartel groups are in Mexico are? The men are full on clad, military grade, everything. They have everything. Vehicles, everything. They have there's nothing that the Mexican military nor the police department has that they don't. Like, the internet is in shock. Like, I've never seen this. I've honestly never seen it. I've never seen it. And when I saw it, I was asking, and I wasn't the only one asking, is this the Mexican military? And they're saying, no, this is the cartel. And it's a lot of men. A lot of men. So if they have declared war against the U.S. government and the Mexican government, I see Instagram and TikTok saying, Trump, it's your time to shine, because when they look at the Mexican cartel military, that they have more equipment and more armory and military equipment than Jamaica does. The cartels could easily come to Jamaica and take over Jamaica, and they would succeed. God forbid. God forbid. God forbid. But they could, when I'm looking at their military, we don't have that here. We don't have that here. The cartel military is like, I'm saying it because I'm in shock. The internet is in shock. Oh, I've never seen anything like this. I'm dialed in because I want to learn, how is this even possible? What has been going on in Mexico? How does a government allow a military to have such a big ass army? That's an army that they have. They have literally a huge army. How are they going to win that war? I'm in shock. And I'm not exaggerating when I tell you guys I'm in shock. I'm in shock. I'm in disbelief to see a cartel group, military grade equipment, a military. I knew about Mexico, but I had no idea about Mexico. So if Mexico has this, Is Colombia the same? Because I know the Colombians, they don't play. Like, I'm going to have to do some more reading and some more research. I thought I was reading and I knew about the Mexican cartel, but I know nothing. All these years, I'm not going to lie, they've done some cruel stuff, but I've been fascinated as to how they organize and do stuff, but I had no idea that they had this size military with military grade equipment, military vehicle. Who are they doing business with? So, here's what I'm asking you guys, because I definitely read the comments. Anyone who has any knowledge, like, I'm going to be stuck over in TikTok because TikTok is going to give me the history and I'm going to be I'm not going to sleep tonight. I want to know more. A cartel has a military of that size with those weaponry and machinery? A cartel group? Their military is bigger than the military that is in Jamaica. They have more weaponry than the Jamaican military. They could take over Jamaica. And they could do it easily. They have been nice to us when they come into the... They have been nice to us all along. Guys, I'm in awe. I'm in shock. I kid you not. I kid you I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I'm gonna watch some documentary and I'm gonna do some reading about the Mexican cartel because I've always been watching the documentaries and seeing the cartel cemetery and how they're built and their parents after, the loss of the son and how the family just gets to carry on with the wealth and how they will be protected even by some police but this is a new horizon. When I was growing up, I've always wanted to do investigative journalism, and that part of me hasn't changed. I love history, and I'm fascinated by these things. I kid you not. I kid you absolutely not. Guys, when I tell you I'm not gonna sleep tonight, I'm not exaggerating. I'm gonna be researching because how did they build such a military and train them in a country? How was that even possible? The government is not in charge of Mexico. They allowed the government to be in charge. But the government is not in charge of Mexico. It's they allowed the government. Guys, I'm in shock. I'm in shock. I kid you not. I kid you. I'm not even exaggerating. Have you seen what I've seen? If you haven't seen it, you guys need to check it out. What? I'm going to end this video here. I don't know if I'm going to do any more videos, but I know I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm going to have to check out their history and see. There has to be something somewhere explaining all of this. How did they get to build and train a military that size? And get all those military grade equipment? Guys, stay safe. If you're in Mexico, stay safe. I wish you guys all the best. Please educate me as much as you can in the comment section. Like at 10 paragraphs, 100, I'm going to read it. And I'm going to save it, like copy and send it to myself in an email. And if you want to send me videos and clips and documentaries, please do so via Instagram DM at StarFlames TV because I kid you not. I had no idea. I knew, but I had no idea. But that's it, guys. Stay safe.